And I know I spend a lot of my time talking about the cargo and goods movement. And I know when I look out there, it's not just about the cargo. It's not just about the goods movement industry that fuels so many of our economies, not even locally but across the country. It's about the men and women who work out on those docks on a daily basis, who are the backbone of the goods movement industry. That industry would not exist if it were not for the longshoremen and women who really put their lives on the line on a daily basis. And since 9/11, I think there's a whole new danger out there that we don't really know about. And every one of those containers that comes in here certainly represents commerce, but I think every one of those containers that comes in here and is loaded and unloaded represents risk, and represents a security risk that we are not really even sure about. And I think the men and women on those docks are really on the front line of this war on terrorism every day, and I think about that. But I think what's important about what we're doing today is that we're remembering. We're remembering. And this memorial here is important, and if one kid walking by on this sidewalk with their grandparents or their aunt or uncle or their mom and dad, and they say, "What's this? What's this memorial about?" And someone tells the story of John and Dickie, and someone tells the story of all the others who have died out there on the docks, then they will not have died in vain. We must continue to tell that story. My son, Danny, is a casual. Every time I'm with the pensioners, I keep thinking, I hope he's a pensioner someday, because that means he will finally have made it in. It's been a long time. But recently, one of the last times he got a job, he actually had the opportunity to work with Carlos Rivera that night. And they were swingmen on that shift. And I said this at Carlos' funeral, that Carlos took the opportunity to take my young son and spend the evening talking to him. Not just talking to him about the job, but talking to him about values, about family, about God. And I thought, that was so great. And so many of you have done that with the young ones, taken the opportunity to mentor them and tell them what's really important. And I'm personally grateful for that. And that funeral was very powerful to me. That church was packed. Many of you were there. And it made us realize, and that's why I wanted my son Danny to come to that funeral. I wanted him to know it is dangerous out there. It is a very, very dangerous job. And it's an important job, but it's certainly dangerous. And I stand here with you today pledging that whatever goes down in this 2008 contract talks, I'm on your side. And I will not be happy if there's anything that chips away at your wages, your benefits, the respect and the dignity and the safety concerns that are so important to so many of you. So thank you for holding this memorial today. It's important that we never forget John and Dickie and what they gave their lives for.